Hey folks, this is Patrick Clark, CEO of Meridios. I've already done a little bit of a primer on empanelment. I know it's an important topic. I actually wanted to do a next level training and really talk about how empanelment works inside of our application. This is probably a level 2 course. You don't have to have any SQL experience in order to really listen and understand the video, but I would say there will come a point inside this video where I'll say, okay, and here is where you will need some SQL Transact SQL experience in order to really make this process work. So I would say that if you're a person who wants to manage the empanelment rules inside of Meridios, you will need some knowledge inside of SQL in order to make that happen. But if you just want to view them and get a basic understanding of how they're working, this is the video for you. So with that said, let's get started. Alright, so I'm sitting at the home screen of Health Matrix here. I am actually, all the empanelment stuff is managed inside of Data Matrix. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to Data Matrix and give it a second to load up here. Once we're in Data Matrix, then we're going to go ahead and go to the Settings link up at the top inside of Data Matrix, and that should take us to an area where we can at least see the empanelment. So let's go ahead and navigate to there. And so I got two pieces on the Settings tab. I got Empanelment and Filters Administration. I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit next to Empanelment. You'll see that on my demo system here, I actually have two empanelment rules loaded up inside my demo system. So if you have more than two empanelment rules, you will see them sort of listed over and over inside of here. So obviously, if you have 10, you'll see 10 empanelment rules here. As I look at this, both of these are PCP from my demo systems, whether it be the tutorial or the demo database. Both of them are written in that way, and they're written with specific queries. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose this guy right here. You can see that once I click on Edit next to it, I have an Edit and a Delete, and I did have an Add until I clicked on Edit there. But once I click on Edit, I've got empanelment rules listed here. It's got the generic description of the empanelment rule, the rule name, the rule description. Obviously, you want to be as descriptive as you possibly can inside the rule description. The code is very important. This is actually what shows up in Health Matrix when you see the empanelment listed inside there. It shows code number 2, 5, 10, whatever the code number is. You should only have one code number per empanelment query that you're using. The key pieces about this, we're actually using an active query builder screen here, which is really kind of nice. It brings almost like if you were sitting at a SQL Enterprise Manager screen, it brings it up on the screen for you. And so in this case, we're saying we're just running a basic query. So if you're a SQL person right here, remember why I said there would be a point where you would need some SQL experience? Boom, we just hit it. This is a SQL statement that is actually selecting data from, in this case, the person master table, which is a table that we have generated out there. It's tying in some things together on that person master table. Here's the key piece to this. This is the query portion of it. And it's actually saying the responsible provider can't be less than 0, can't have a 0 value to it. And the patient status has to be active. So in this case, we're looking for active patients and their responsible providers, and that's what will create this join. Now, when you're working with an empanelment rule, one of the key pieces here is it will have up to, in this case, 2 fields in it. The PID, or the patient ID, and the responsible provider ID. There can be a lot of different ways to get to this combo. Like right now I'm using the person master table, but I could be using almost any combination of things. I could be pulling it from the orders table to see if a patient has had an active order. And in that case, I'm trying to group them together so that I get PVID and I also get PID. So those are the two key pieces that we're trying to pull out of here. The provider ID and the patient ID. Once we've done that and we assign a code to it, it's actually going to take whatever this rule is, right, however it's been programmed, and it's going to write it to the empanelment table before it kicks off the engine. And so this is really that empanelment screen. Notice we've got active, yes and no. We've got some development that we'd like to do here, some things that we'd like to do for customers in the sense that we'd like to create a bunch of different empanelment rules in different ways, whether it pulls from the documents table, the orders table, the appointments table, in this case pulling directly from the person table. It just depends on how the customer really wants it, we're thinking about putting a bunch of rules together and then allowing you to activate them or inactivate them inside the system. And so again, in order to really understand this, you're going to need some SQL background. But in this case, how this SQL statement reads is select this field, PID, and responsible provider ID, and then rename it to PVID from the person master table, which is a derived table that we've made in Meridios in the background. And make sure that the responsible provider ID is not 0 or less than 0, and also that the person or the patient is active, and so it's looking to the patient status and saying, okay, is this an active patient? So this is one example of an empanelment rule. Again, I could click on the other one, it would look almost exactly alike. So I won't go too in depth about, I mean, obviously you can delete from here and you can add rules as well from this screen. And you really do have to have some SQL background in order to make this guy work. But this is a really cool kind of a screen that we can use in order to help troubleshoot and build empanelment rules and let you modify empanelment rules if that's something that you're really wanting to do. So with that said, this has been a basic understanding of the empanelment rules section. In order to really understand this, you probably need to either sign up for some SQL classes, take some stuff online. You can call us. We're actually thinking about launching a little bit of a SQL training division inside of here. We'd love to hear from you if that's something that you're interested in, because obviously we have a great deal of experience not only with SQL, not only with our application, but also some other EHR systems, and we can oftentimes help people find exactly what they're looking for. So this has been a level 2 course on empanelment. I hope this has helped you out. Give us a call if you have any questions, 740-622-2400. Thanks.